Greetings, my name is Mr. Good and Kinky. In this video I am going to talk about the narcissistic nature of the God of the Bible. Now before I get into the symptoms of narcissism, I want to give the definition of narcissism because some might not be aware of what narcissism is defined as. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental disorder in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for admiration. Those with narcissistic personality disorder believe they are superior to others and have little regard for other people's feelings. But behind this mask of ultra-confidence lies a fragile self-esteem, vulnerable to the slightest criticism. This fits the God of the Bible to a T. Christians may not want to admit this, but it does. Because the God is, and let's think about this. I mentioned this tonight at the convenience store where me and my girlfriend went in to get a pack of cigarettes. And the cashier, when I explained it, she lost it. She laughed her ass off. Where I said, the God of the Bible is obsessed with the thoughts that we have. I'm human, and I don't care what most people think. Their thoughts don't matter to me. But a God does care. It gets so worked up and pissed off over the thoughts in our head. Seriously. It's absolutely absurd. If something would really be a God able to do any fucking thing at once, why the hell should the thoughts in the mind of a mere human matter? To use a Star Trek analogy, that would be like Q, Mr. being able to do anything that quick, being all insecure over, oh, you don't think I'm wonderful? The fuck would it care? Something that's able to do things at the snap of a fingers or wiggling its nose or boing. Why the hell would it care what we think? Who the fuck are we? This is the arrogance of Christianity. Christians want to elevate themselves to a level of importance that is unwarranted. Why the hell should you be so fucking special? But the idea of narcissism, Christians may not like the aspect of narcissism in their God. But everything that I'm going to be quoting from with the definition of narcissism and all of that will be in the links below. The list of symptoms comes from narcissism101.com. Someone with narcissistic personality disorder has at least 5 of these symptoms. Number 1, has a grandiose sense of self-importance, exaggerates achievements, talents, expects to be recognized as superior without commensurative achievements or evidence. One thing that I want to point out here is the phrase, I am the Lord, appears 162 times in the Old Testament, or Torah, not once in the New Testament. Number 2 is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. The idea of every knee shall bow type of thing, as well as the overinflated sense of, I am the Lord, look at me, that type of shit. There's multiple areas where that aspect ties in. Number 3, believes that he or she is so special and unique and can only be understood by or should only associate with other special or high status people. Like the idea that only Christians or Muslims can understand the Bible or the Quran. and that the only ones that this God wants to have around him in this heaven excuse me, are those that are on the same righteousness level. It doesn't want to associate with those lesser. Yeah. But number 4. Requires excessive admiration. That should go without saying that that is the God of the Bible. Number 5. Has a sense of entitlement, i.e. unreasonable expectations, especially favorable treatment or automatic compliance with his or her expectations. John 3:15 and 16. You have to think what it demands, or else. Then there is number 6, is interpersonally exploitative, i.e. takes advantage of others to achieve his or her own ends. And one of the things I want to point out here is Exodus chapter 3 verse 7. I am the Lord. I the Lord said, I surely have seen the afflictions of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrow. Then in Exodus 20 verse 2, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. What it did in Exodus 3:7, it was using to hold over their head. At Exodus 20 verse 2, look at what I did for you. Look at how good I am to you. But then there is the aspect, my people. Seriously? If this God made the universe and everything in the universe, how can it pick one tribe, one group of people to be, these are my people? Didn't you make the others? Aren't you the God that did it all? Not just the God of the Israelites. If you made it all, then aren't all people your people? But the Bible's not like that. Fuck no. It's a very tribal book. The Old Testament is all about the Israelites. Fuck everyone else. The New Testament is all about what would be the Christians, those that accept this Jesus. Fuck everyone else. How is this God about everyone? It doesn't fit. But number 7, lacks empathy and is unwilling to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. It's all about what he wants. Screw what you want. It doesn't care. Number 8, is often envious of others or believes others are envious of him or her. The jealousy aspect, it's another one of the symptoms. But number 9, shows arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes. The aspect of the arrogance of the God is all through the Bible. I am the Lord. And all of the shit that it can do, supposedly. The thing is, to something that would be a God, why would it need to flaunt its ability? Why would it need to puff its chest out and be, yes, look at me, look how wonderful I am? If it is the strongest, why would it care? Why would it be jealous? What would it have to be jealous of? And that's another thing that's coming up. That's the first list of 9 aspects that if someone would have 5 or more of those, they're a narcissist. Here are some more signs of narcissistic personality disorder to look for. Number 1, jealousy and possessiveness. That should stand without question. Because the God of the Bible admits, openly admits, to being jealous. Freely admits that it's jealous. Jealousy is a sign of insecurity. I'm not jealous at all. My girlfriend can talk to whoever she wants. She can do whatever she wants. Doesn't faze me. I'm not jealous at all. I'm quite secure in my relationship with her. The hell do I have to be worried about? This God, a God, think about that. A God is jealous of us. Seriously? A God able to do boing, any fucking thing is jealous, insecure. Wah, wah, you don't think as I want you to. Wah, wah. And Christians, you worship that? Your God's like a child. Insecure, throwing a fucking temper tantrum. And you're bowing to it. Seriously, this God needs a fucking spanking. And I'm not one for spankings, but this God needs one. Number 2, excessive need to feel special, adored, loved, appreciated, or admired. Again, all through the Bible. I can't just pull one verse and so forth, because it's the whole fucking book. You want evidence for this? Read the goddamn Bible. It's all through the goddamn book. This God, over and over again, requires excessive adoration, love, of being appreciated, admired. Number 3, rage attacks when you do not sufficiently meet his or her needs. Again, read the goddamn Bible. It's all over the place. In the Old Testament, not counting the cases of like the flood, Sodom and Gomorrah, the plagues in Egypt, the God kills over 2.3 million. This is no joke, people. The God of the Old Testament is one brutal son of a bitch. The rage attacks? Abso-fucking-lutely. Number 4, controlling behavior. Trying to control how you spend your time, how you talk, how you dress. Look at the New Testament. It tries to, actually, the Paul figure has in there about how women should dress modestly. Why the fuck would a God care? My calendar back there. Why would a God care about cleavage? Seriously. Why would a God care? Why would a God care about sex? It's how we reproduce. Or it's for pleasure. Either way. The fuck's the issue? What, it's all got to be about him? Again, narcissism. It's all got to be about him. Anything that's not about him, he doesn't like it. Because he's all about himself. Self-centered son of a bitch. But Christians, you worship it. Number 5, inflated self-esteem or grandiosity, bragging, fishing for compliments. The Bible's full of the God bragging of, look what I can do, look what I do. It's disgusting. Number 6, dramatic, insecure behaviors. Again, all through the fucking Bible. Number 7, expecting you to take personal responsibility for making him or her feel bad about him or herself. Yeah, if you do not believe this God is wonderful, it wants you to take responsibility for that, but it won't take responsibility for the fact that we are what we are. If this God knows everything, then it made us to be what we are. How can we be anything but what we are? What we were made to be? If you want to say that a person is supposed to think a certain way, show us the evidence. Give us a reason to think a certain way. But even if you can prove you exist, like Hitler could prove he existed, we have evidence of that son of a bitch existing. It doesn't mean I'm going to go along with him. Just because you can prove a son of a bitch existed? So fucking what? Existence doesn't mean automatic approval and praise. And in order for people to like you, you have to do things that are likable. In order for people to admire you, you have to conduct yourself admirably. Number 9, not taking responsibility for angry behavior and justifying angry outbursts. Of course. With the God of the Bible, everyone, they deserved that. It reminds me of the wife beater, smacking around the wife and being, see what you made me do? Yeah. Just like the God. Bam, bam, bam. See what you made me do? Or torturing someone. They made me do that. They didn't make you do shit. Take responsibility for your fucking actions. Take responsibility for your fucking choices. Number 10, an attitude that demonstrates the world revolves around me. You need to cater to my ideals. My ideas, opinions, thoughts, and feelings. Christianity. The Bible. It all supposed to center around this God. It's all about Him. Number 11, unwillingness to reflect on his or her own behaviors. Every single one fits the God of the Bible. To a T. Every single symptom. That was 2 different lists. Total of 20. The God of the Bible fits them 100%. The God of the Bible is a narcissist. It's undeniable. Yet Christians bow to it. What does that say about them? Think about that. It doesn't matter how you cherry pick the Bible. You can't cherry pick out all of the narcissism. It simply can't be done. The narcissism is there even in the parts the Christians say are good. Like John 3:16. They tout that all the fucking time. There's also, I think it's Hebrews 7:7, that there is no forgiveness of sin without the shedding of blood. Seriously. That's not even, that I could get into maybe a sociopathic. The aspects of a list of aspects of a psychopath or sociopath. The sociopath I did. But psychopath list I may get into next. Because the God of the Bible, I would say, is also a psychopath. That it would display what would be termed psychopathic traits. And this is praised. One of the things that this stupid Will Smith can't wrap his stupid little brain around. I have said he worships evil. He worships sadism. He worships the torture of others. And he tries to act like, no, I worship God. I don't worship that. If that is what the God is doing, if that is the behavior that God engages in towards anyone that doesn't think just like you, and you are, yes, Massa, you're wonderful, then you're saying what it's doing is wonderful. You're praising its evil actions. You can't simply act like they didn't think like you, so you can praise their torture. You are praising torture. By praising the God, you're praising torture. You can't negate or try to sidestep and get away from
this doctrine of hell, this aspect of torture, if you support the God of the Bible, the Christian God, you are supporting torture. Even if you don't believe in torture, the God of the Bible does. I will get into in other videos what I suspect could be behind the universe. It's not the God of the Bible. It's not Christian.
This is Mr. Good and Kinky, Greg.